on up then. Oh, the clothes! Hello lovelies! So I'm here today with a fun little review and a little sort of hey, I'm stretching my ears announcement, which I guess doesn't really need an announcement. But yeah, it's a review on some fun stuff I got for stretching my ears, so that's why it's relevant. I've got a cattail as well. Very important for stretching your ears is a nice cattail. This one's just a bit clingy and decided he needed cuddles. So I got some really cool stuff sent to me by urbanbodyjewelry.com. They contacted me asking if I wanted to do a video with them, and I've been meaning to stretch my ears again for ages. If you didn't know, a couple of years ago I had my ears stretched to 16mm. What is that in American sizes? I hate American sizes, they confuse me so much. Like in the UK and stuff, it's so much easier. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Yeah, so my ears were at 16mm and I didn't purposefully close them up or anything. I just lost the jewellery, and at the time I had like no money, so I never bought new jewellery, and then they closed down. They didn't close up completely, but they closed down really small again, like it just looked like a normal ear piercing again. So for all those people who tell you if you stretch your ears they'll never close, not necessarily true. Everyone's skin is different. I have very stretchy skin and mine closed down pretty darn well. But yours might not, so you know, it's a risk you take if you stretch your ears. So because of that, I really wanted to stretch them again, but again I just always had problems. I'd always lose jewellery and stuff and like not get new ones in time, and it was just a bother. But I got a little pack of all sorts of things that I would need from urbanbodyjewelry.com, as well as some pretty plugs to wear whenever I get back up to my goal size of 16mm, because I really love that size. Sometimes I wanted to go bigger, but generally I was happy there. So I'm gonna go through everything I got. Okay, so I have a heap of like different little cards and stickers and like little like plug measuring doodads and all sorts, which is super fun. So I have all of these things, and I am going to just quickly show the stretching stuff first because that is, you know, a little more basic, and then I will show the pretty plugs. So I got a little stretching kit that went from, what did I ask for? I think I just asked for from 8G to 00, which is the biggest the stretching kits go. So yeah, I started at 8. It can go smaller if you need it, but because like I said, my ears looked very small, but I could still sort of get bigger jewellery into it quite easily, so I started from there. I've went up very quickly. It only took me a week or two and I'm already at a 00 on this ear, and this one is just a normal 0, whatever that is. Again, I don't know the conversion. This one is just a 0G, but it's ready to go up to 00 as well. So that'll be me finished with the stretching kit portion. That is generally far too fast to stretch your ears. So I just want to put that out there. Don't try to do that. But as I say, because my ears were previously stretched and I have very naturally stretchy ears, that's just what was natural for me. Like I didn't even use any tapers during the stretching process. I've just been putting these little plugs in, or tunnels rather, and I'll show you what they look like in a moment. But and I'd just leave that in for a couple of days, and then I could literally just pop the next one in easily without any tapers or anything. I've only really been using tapers if it's been a little bit snugger and I've needed like a guide to sort of slot it into place, but I haven't actually really needed to use them to stretch. There's some debate on whether or not you should use tapers for your ears. A lot of people say they're not good for them. I personally did use them the whole way up the first time I stretched my ears, because I started when I was like 13 and, you know, no younger, must have been. Somewhere around that age I started stretching my ears, so you know, obviously I didn't know tons about proper stretching care and all that. I was like, I'm gonna stretch my ears, and I did it. So whether or not to use tapers, I'm not gonna say. All I can say is do your research before you stretch your ears, look up different methods, you know, look for different things and just, you know, learn about before you do it, and you'll be able to find the reasons for people saying not to use tapers or to use tapers or use different methods. Everyone's different, there's a lot of different methods. You should really find what's right for you. So all the little sort of stretching things are exactly the same, just, you know, different sizes. So I will just show you what's in one of them. So this is the 2 size, and all of them come with one taper and 2 little single flared tunnels with a little rubber stopper. And single flared is really important for stretching your ears, because if you're trying to shove double flared ones in there, it's bigger than the size you've stretched to, and like they just, oh, it hurts putting them through. Seriously, I've tried doing it before, it's bad. So if you're going to be doing it, single flare is definitely the way I'd go. And these are nice and light and thin, so they're pretty easy to pop on in whenever you're stretching up. So now that I am done with that sort of section of things, I've done, you know, all my little plug things, I actually have some stretching tape here from them. And this is one of the preferred ways I've seen online for stretching your ears. Like, I've never really seen anyone say not to do it this way, so this is probably a pretty safe bet. This is a special kind of tape. You can either use bondage tape or I think it's PTFE tape or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'll put it in the description, and always, you know, look into things before you do it. If you're really unsure, then you can just buy the tape from a ear stretching body jewellery website, and then you'll know you're getting the right one. And it's a type of tape that only sticks to itself, so it doesn't have any like glue or anything that would like annoy the crap out of your ears. It's just, it sticks to itself, and it's super good for this sort of thing. And the way you do that is you just take your tunnel, like one of these, and wrap a layer of tape around, or two, it depends how much your ears can stretch. And you just kind of keep on doing that every now and again. You just add another layer of tape, add another layer of tape, and eventually you'll just slowly stretch up your ears, nice and gently, and it seems like a really great way to do it. So now that I have both the, well, this will be, by today, up to the same size as this, I'm going to leave them be for a little while, and then I'm going to start taping up to 16mm. So that's super exciting. The problem I've had with this tape is mostly because I've had my nails done recently, and one of them broke today. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off. Yes, one of my nails broke, and it's very sad. But yeah, I've had such an issue trying to get this tape off with these nails. I can't do it, so I'm gonna have to get my boyfriend to help me. Now it's time for the fun part. All the pretty tunnels that I got. And plugs, tunnels and plugs. A lot of people from America use incorrect like terminology whenever it comes to stretching. People ask me how big my gauges are. What size are you gauged to? Oh, I really love your gauges. That's not the correct term. Stretching your ears is not called gauging, it's called stretching. These are tunnels. The ones that don't have a hole in the middle are plugs. And yeah, that's about it. Gauges is like the only time that's the correct term is for the size, and that's the only time. So yeah, little fact for you. Some people online get really angry about that, so it's always best to just use the correct terminology right off the bat. So let's see, which ones will I start with? These ones, because they're one of the more plain pairs, but I always really loved these. These were super popular back when I was younger, and I was really into like cybergoth. Everyone else was super into scene kid stuff. So these were everywhere on all the scene kids, and even though I was never into that fashion, I did think these were super cute, and now I finally have a pair. There we go. So yeah, they're just the ones with the little jewels that have the screw off back, so they're not like double flared in the sense that you have to put them through. This screws off and then you can put it back on. And just for like a basic pair, I always thought these were really cute, and I always really wanted some, so now I have a pair. By the way, these all came super sealed, so like, you know, they're sealed up like the usual little baggies, but then they also had a bit up here that was completely sealed that you actually had to tear off before you could get into the packet, so everything is really heavily like sealed up and stuff, so you know it's all fresh and new. Next up in the sort of more plain plugs category, I got another pair of tunnels. And, you know, at first glance these just look like plain black double flared tunnels. They're nice and thin, nice and light, which is lovely. But then on the inside, I don't know how well you can see, hold on. There we go. On the inside there's this really cool like iridescent pattern. Like changes when the light hits it. You get all sorts of different colors. Like if I look at it from here, it looks like an oil spill, you know, so there's like, it's all rainbowy inside, and it's so pretty. So I thought these were super cute for when I want something really basic, but they just have a little bit of extra flash in the middle. Next up, I got a very pretty pink pair because, you know, I needed something super pink. That is just me, and I showed these to my friend Sophie, and like, you know, she doesn't have stretched ears or anything, but she was like, so, hold on, look at that! Let me do a close-up. These are like super pretty sparkly pink, like they look like crystals, and you know, you get that iridescence off them, and they are just gorgeous. Again, these have the little screw off back, and that's just what it looks like on the inside, nothing exciting. But yeah, the back screws off, and you just pop these in, and they're pink and pretty and gorgeous, so love these. Next up, I got a really cute little pair of like stone teardrop shaped ones, which I've always really loved. It's kind of harder to get these for smaller ear sizes, like they tend to look bigger or better the bigger you get, but these look quite good in a 16mm, so I went for these. And they're just super pretty. There we go. I just love the way the light hits these, and I love the little shape of them. It's so cute. I cannot wait to wear these, especially when I'm like on those more sort of hippie vibe days, you know? But yeah, those are gorgeous and they're just like pretty little stone plugs. I'm sorry if you can hear any weird noises. My snake is going nuts next to me, like scraping around his tank, so that's what that is. And the last pair are beautiful. They are so like intricate and lovely. Just hold on, guys. Just hold on. So these are a double flare pair, and just wait till you see this. Oh, look at that. It has the pretty like opaly bit in the middle, and then this really gorgeous design all around the outside, and it's so, so pretty. You can kind of see there, that's what the inside looks like, and as I say, it's just a normal little double flare, which are much easier to get in once your ears are nice and healed, so I'll be leaving these until my ears are totally happy. But look how freaking pretty. Gorgeous. So yeah, I am super happy with everything that I got from urbanbodyjewelry.com. Everything seems really, really high quality. I'm having no problems at all stretching my ears. This is probably the easiest it's ever been. I'm excited to try taping because I've never done it before. Like I said, the first time I just went whoop straight up with tapers. But as I say, before you do any sort of body modification thing, you should really learn about it, look into it, you know, learn about different methods, see why people say to do something or not to do something, and figure it out from there. There's going to be people all the time on the internet telling you, you're doing it wrong, you should do it this way, and then when you try to do it that way, someone else will be like, that's wrong, you should do it this way, you know? So I'm not here to tell you what to do, just do your research and be safe. And never go too fast, because I've seen people with some horrible results from trying to stretch too fast when their body just would not allow it.
Like me.
Like my boyfriend. He was impatient, he was angry about my super stretchy ears, he tried to go fast and it ended badly. So, always take your time. So, thank you very much for watching. Remember to check out Urban Body Jewelry. Their link will be in the description, and you can go see all the pretty stuff they have. I think they have a lot more than just ear stretching stuff. I think they have, like, you know, other piercing jewelry as well, but obviously I was all about the ears this time around. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Also check out my gaming channel because it's super fun. There's 2 videos per day, every single day, and we also have really, really fun live streams on there. It's me and my boyfriend, so you can come chat to us and watch us play games. You don't have to be a gamer to enjoy it. It's just a happy, fun, silly time with friends. So yeah, check that out. Also check out my Patreon because that helps me out a ton and it's what lets me keep doing videos for you guys. And that's everything. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!